What's going on? It's your boy Bowie here, back at it with another video about Sub-Zero. This is tech. I want to show you guys a little something I came up with that I'm going to call the Kuei dive. And this tech was inspired by a video from Just Measy. Let me show you that real quick. Yeah, so this video from Just Measy is the Ultimate Sub-Zero Guide Part 1. And if you haven't watched that video yet, I suggest you go and watch it. But in this particular section, he talks about the importance of safe jumps. And so here, he's going to demonstrate what one looks like. There we go. And so seeing that made me think, let me try to make one. Let me try to come up with a setup of my own besides this one. And I actually kind of did. So let me show you what that looks like real quick. So my safe jump involves Sub-Zero doing 2-1. Because if you can notice, Sub-Zero has 64 frames of hit advantage, which gives him a lot of time to jump in and do something. You know what I'm saying? You even have enough time to cross over the opponent. You know. And it's really nice because, you know, it's sort of ambiguous, because my typical Sub-Zero combo would be something like this. And then it just looks like I dropped the combo. And so if you catch somebody unsuspecting, you know, you can kind of mess them up, you know. Now, this is, I don't think this particular mid-screen application is the best application of this. This is actually much more apparent in the corner. So Sub-Zero can do something like this, and then he has more than enough advantage to do a jumping attack right as the opponent gets up. You know what I'm saying? And this has several important implications. So of course, the first implication is that, yeah, it can armor break. So let me see if I can armor break Cage real quick. What the hell? Why didn't he get up and do anything? Oh, it's because of auto block. Okay, let me stop that. Okay. Well, first let me see if he'll wake up and do anything. The hell? Oh, he delayed. Duh. Get up, delay off. Okay. That's why it was whiffing. Okay. It was whiffing in the video and I wasn't sure. I'm like, I know the timing of this goddamn thing. Okay. Yeah, so let me try that again. Yeah, so this becomes a safe jump. Of course, I have to time the damn what's-a-face. Well, maybe it doesn't, this particular one doesn't work against Cage in the corner. But that's okay, because I have something that actually does. So, obviously, Johnny Cage has the fastest armor attack in the game along with Shao Kahn. And it's 10 frames. And so if you have an opponent that you know is going to armor, you can actually armor break using this setup. If you do this. Did you catch what happened? I did jump into clone. So you do the Kuei dive, jump clone. So if you have an opponent that's hell-bent on waking up, or you just read that your opponent is trying to get up out the corner, and you hit them with a combo, this armor breaks. And this works against the vast majority of wake-ups in the game. Though there are some that don't get hit with the with this. So you have wake-ups like Melina, where she'll escape out of the corner, but you actually have enough time to jump in, punch, dive kick, and that will catch her. Other ones that are notable that don't work are Homelander and Quan Chi. But and then Old Shang. Old Shang Tsung, the clone doesn't freeze, but Young Shang Tsung it does. But in those cases you can still jump kick, dive kick, or jump and punch, dive kick. And dive kick works on Quan Chi as well. Alright. Homelander, he's not going to get frozen by the clone, but he'll do this really unsafe armored wake up with mad recovery, so you can just kill him. You know what I'm saying? So if you have an opponent that's just going to try to wake up, they can't do it. And I like using stand 2, but you can do stand 1, or you can even do jumping kick. Watch this. So I'm going to use jump 1 clone. So that just works. And then of course, hold on, I'll do jump 3 clone as well. See that? So against an opponent that wants to armor break, or wants to use armor to get out, armor does not work. It doesn't work at all. They better not ever try that. You know what I'm saying? Now, but what's the more common thing that the opponent will do? They're probably going to get up and block. So let me show you what happens when they block. You have a clone in their face. The clone is right in their face. Because if they block, that's what you have. You see what I'm saying? And because the Kuei dive is a super safe jump, you can do a whole bunch of stuff. So you see that? They better not try nothing. They better not try nothing. Jump in kick clone works. Jump in punch 1 clone works. And this is good because these put the clone at different distances. Because certain characters have larger hitboxes, and they can't do shit. Some of them, if they breathe or move or jump, they get frozen. Some of them can block a little bit, but if they poke, they get frozen. Some characters like Quan Chi can poke underneath the clone sometimes, but even he has to be careful, because if he does any other attack, he's probably going to get frozen. So, you know. But obviously, the most potent implication is jump in, punch, EX clone. So let me do that real quick. Look at that. This becomes a situation where you can throw them right into the bitch. You know what I'm saying? You might even be able to loop it. Yeah, you can loop this. You can loop it. So you can throw them into it. You can obviously use a mix-up into it. Well, he's blocking afterwards, but You can overhead low into it, and because of where the clone is, they really can't attack you from the ranges that you can hit them. You know what I'm saying? So you can be right out here and refreeze them into the clone. Or you can be right here and smack them into it. You know what I'm saying? It's really cool. This is really, really cool. And so let me actually show you what happens when Johnny Cage tries to, when, let's say someone's doing this to you, let me show you what happens. Okay. So if I did stand one, notice I did stand one. Stand one didn't get frozen, but stand two did. Oh shit. And of course, if they get hit, they can just get frozen. Down one is frozen. Down three goes through. Oh shit. Down four goes through it. Well, at least for Cage it does. But if I do any kind of jump, I get frozen. That's a neutral jump and I got frozen. That was backwards. And I obviously can't jump forwards. That's a no-no. So I'm just kind of stuck there for real. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that's really, really cool. You know. Now here's what I think is so funny. I can do this off of the universal clone setup as well. See? It works off of that too. So it's just so interesting how some people were just so quick to dismiss this. Well, it wasn't some people, you know. But this actually works though. And I didn't have to spend meter there. I only spent meter there because I wasn't sure if they would get frozen or not. You know what I'm saying? Now, what are some drawbacks of this? Well, one drawback is something that you saw earlier. Delay wake up fucks up the timing. So if I go in for my regular punch, notice I whiff. You see? But if you realize you're fighting an opponent that does this, you can wait a little bit and still do it. So that's something that, you know, you can do to counter the counter, if you will, right? What's the other? There's something else. Obviously they can't use cameos. That messes that up. The other drawback is you never quite know whether the opponent's not gonna block or not. So what I mean is when you do this and you go for your jump in, you don't know if they're gonna block that. And so you kind of always want to cancel into EX clone even if they don't block, because the EX clone allows for the trapping. You know what I'm saying? So let me just hold that. You see how I'm able to decide things afterwards? If I just do regular clone, I don't have enough time, because by the time I get over to them, oh, I can freeze them into. I can forward throw, but you got to be ready. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, you got to do forward throw in order to get the freeze. Because if I do backwards throw, you know, if I do backwards throw, they're going to just not have time, right? And that's okay. But even if you do this, you at least get a 50-50 attempt. And that's important. And obviously, if they're used to you throwing people into it, they'll start neutral ducking, and then you get a free mid. You know what I'm saying? And so, this is something that Sub-Zero can do. It does require meter. It does require meter, and that's something that kind of sucks about it. You can do it mid-screen as well, so yeah, you could do that and switch sides and put a clone between you and the opponent. And you don't even have to switch sides. You can do it right in front. You know what I'm saying? So you can do that. And if they ain't blocking, they're just going to get frozen again. And if they are blocking, you just put a clone between you and them. You know what I'm saying? Which could be very beneficial, like if you're fighting against a Johnny Cage, you know. But this is tech that I've tested against people. It does work. It does work. It makes people reluctant to want to be in the corner against you, because they're like, oh my God, he's going to put this clone up in the air. And because it's a safe jump, they don't have the time to up block before there's a clone above them. You know what I'm saying? It's something that they have to kind of deal with, and they have to hope that their character can poke through, because some characters cannot down one through underneath that clone. Like I tested this against Tanya. Tanya can't do shit. She could not down one. She can't standing three. She can't do standing one. She can't do shit. There's no poke that she can do that will stop her from getting frozen in that scenario. You know what I'm saying? So she just gots to block. You know what I mean? And I suspect that there's other characters that are like that as well, you know? And of course, as I showed you, if they get hit, they just get frozen again and armor broken. So there's that. Now, does all of this make Sub-Zero higher up in the tier list? Probably not. Because as you saw, it requires meter to be done optimally. And it does require you to cut his already middling damage from a combo even shorter. You know what I'm saying? And so this tech alone does not somehow elevate Sub-Zero's status, but it's one more thing that you can add to the repertoire of parlor tricks that this character has. Hence why I'm hoping that by the time my birthday rolls around, September 24th, and Chaos Reigns drops, we'll have a better Sub-Zero with a faster ice ball, gapless strings, more damage, and an ice clone that doesn't get him killed on recovery. And hopefully one that lasts a little bit longer so that it's easier to trap with him. You know what I'm saying? And of course he could use other quality of life buffs, such as slide not being considered standing for most of the move. That would be really nice, you know. And like I said, a damage buff, because the fact that this character is maxing out in the 30s and low 40s while half of the cast is doing 500 is ridiculous. We need some help. But I do think NetherRealm is going to help this character again. I feel like they have to, because he still needs it, you know. But at least when you put people in the corner, you can do this to them off a safe jump situation. You know what I'm saying? So once again, we have the Kuei dive, which is this. Allows you to put a clone right in the opponent's face before they can do anything. If they try to attack you, it armor breaks. You see what I'm saying? And if they don't block, they get frozen again. You know what I'm saying? So it's very nice. I think it's something that all Sub-Zero players should incorporate into their game plan. even just Measy, you know what I'm saying, and all other professional sub players. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoy the tech. Let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comments. I'll catch y'all later. One.